So I do, in our talk today, I do have an announcement to make.
Okay.
And I haven't even told you about this announcement yet. So this is going to mean, I always have. Now, this is not, there are some big time announcements. Mm-hmm. This is kind of a little time announcement. It's not a big time announcement. But anyway, Meg, this is, I think, what we talked about last week. The sun is the sun. Are you good?
Yeah.
It's the real life.
Yeah.
The real life of a CBT therapist.
Mm-hmm.
The real life. You out there. Here we are back for another week. We're going strong, Meg. And I was just telling Meg, this is something I really enjoy. I hope you're getting something out of it because it is just real. It's genuine. It's authentic. We were just talking before we started rolling the camera. I don't even really want to know what Meg's going to say. I just want her to be just kind of in the moment and just talk about whatever is on her mind, whatever is on her heart. So, Meg, the last week, what this is all about is just us talking and talking about the good, bad, and ugly of life, and maybe helping each other through something that went on in our life over the last week or so, and hopefully can inspire other people to use this CBT stuff. So last week you talked about people pleasing, and last week I talked about the weird sauna guys.
That's right.
A little update on the weird sauna guys.
Yeah.
There's still the weird sauna guys out there. I don't know what to say about it. I guess I have a different expectation about the sauna, but I guess when you're in a gym, what I've come to understand is some people use the sauna to really kind of get their body warm and kind of loosen up their arms and everything else. And my expectations of what I have in that sauna don't always meet what everyone else thinks about the sauna, and I'm just kind of rolling with it. This week there was some people that just laid down in the sauna and took up room, even though there was no room for people. There were towels just in a corner. It just was it is. So I enjoy that sauna, and I'm going to keep using it. Any updates on people pleasing for you over the last week?
I'm still trying to work on it. I think, and I think I mentioned this last week, the hardest part for me is dealing with the discomfort when someone doesn't like when I assert myself instead of give them what they want. So I'm not struggling as much with asserting myself. It's then just dealing with but can I tolerate that they're maybe mad at me or disappointed or like me less, or their opinion of me has changed. And so I'm just kind of holding that and just being curious about why that's so hard for me.
Yeah. And people pleasing, you probably want to, even though you stood your ground and made those boundaries, you probably want to at some point not have them be mad at you.
Right.
And I think kind of when I get in,
that's a good point. Yeah.
I kind of when I get in that place, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna let them. I give them permission to be mad at me. If they want to be mad at me, they can be mad at me.
Right.
And then I just kind of go inside and just try to have some positive self-talk and be like, hey, you can handle this. You're doing a good job, Meg, of really trying to work on people pleasing and having boundaries and. And just kind of that positive self-talk that we always talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had a great week. I think, so for me over this last week, we talk about struggles and that everyone struggles, and just because we're therapists doesn't mean we don't struggle. And, I think as a child, I struggled with anxiety. It makes sense of why I can relate to people that struggle with anxiety. But I think as a child and still as an adult, I struggle with some, not hyperactivity, maybe some attention deficit. And I don't know if I clinically would diagnose myself as ADHD. But certainly there are situations in my life every week where if I have to sit down and I have to focus, then that becomes a real struggle for me. And I find myself trying to put that off and procrastinate it and just try to push it away. And over the last week in various situations, if it's trying to put the schedule together, if it's, you know, just anything that really takes me, I would rather go sweat in a gym for 2 hours and work really hard at a gym than have to sit down for 15 minutes and really focus.
Does it feel like an intolerance of just being still and undistracted and present?
Yeah, that feeling I get inside, you know, it's a feeling of discomfort and just uneasiness, unsettled, of like, you know, I have to take some deep breaths. And I think once I get into the activity, like, I'm good. It's really just starting that activity that's really the difficult and challenging part. So one thing that I do, and I think it helps, is I'm a big believer in just writing down in my schedule of what I'm going to do at what time I'm going to do it. And I just hold myself accountable to that. And I just say, you put this in your calendar that you have to sit down and do this right now. So that's what you're going to do, even if you would like to go do something else. So I hear all of you out there that struggle with just sitting down and focusing. I mean, Meg, you asked me the last book I read. I don't know. It's probably called Cliff's Notes. For all you out there that don't know what
still a thing?
I don't know.
I think ChatGPT is replaced.
Yeah, I think
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Yes, it probably has replaced
you just aged yourself.
Yes, Cliff's Notes are basically the shortened version of a book back in the day, and you know, it just when I go to read a page, I just couldn't remember what was on the page, and I had to start over. And so I get it. For all you out there that struggle, I've never been medicated. I've never taken any medication for it. I do believe ADHD, or just, you know, trouble with focus and hyperactivity, would be that would be one of those situations where, you know, if I wasn't an adult and hadn't got through, I don't know, even maybe now it'd be nice to just see what that would be like if I'd be able to focus. But anyway, this week I've really struggled just kind of sitting down and just taking some time to really do the detailed work. And so I'm going to try harder next week at this. What about you? You got any struggles?
Always.
Your laundry list is getting bigger.
Let me think. I think this week I've really had to rely on like the CBT tool of reframing. I think in particular with like in the moment, now, real time suffering, I can get just like bogged down by hard things going on in present day and lose sight of the bigger picture. And I think it's really helped to do some honest reframing of like, yeah, this is hard today, but look what you're building to, and look at the positives that are coming as you're growing and changing through the hard things, and then getting excited about the future payoff of the hard work that feels like intense suffering right now.
Suffering, yes.
You know?
It's kind of like you only feel and see what's going on in the moment, but it's really hard for you to know what's going on in the future. And what you're building towards. You have a thought, you have a belief, but you can't really see it. So it's almost like you're going through all this, and it's like, is it really worth it, or is it really going to be what I think? And you know, here's the tricky part about it. You can't really get to that future part of whatever it is you want unless you go through what you're doing now.
Right.
So you know, I have to. Sometimes I'm in that situation. I have to evaluate it and be like, okay, like, if I don't get to that place, will I still be in a good place, you know? And or if I, you know, how important is it that I accomplish whatever X is? And it's just prioritizing what's important to you.
Yeah.
So, So, I mean, I think all of us have the struggles. We continue to struggle. Life in my day this week, I probably have on various different days gone through 3, 4, 5 different emotions at a time: happiness, sadness, confusion, anxiety. That's all of this is a part of life. And
the human experience.
Yeah, the human experience. And we're here to try to normalize it. We're here to try to, just encourage you to embrace those struggles and acknowledge them, and then try to find ways to work through them. We acknowledge that we all struggle, and then some of us struggle more than others, but we've got to find ways to work through them. And so that being said, have there been any successes? Have there been any gains, progress in your life?
Yeah, so I think the example I was thinking of is running. So for me, it's so much harder to get out the door to run in the winter. And I even like running in cold weather, but there's so many additional barriers of I have to stretch because my muscles are tighter because it's cold and I am getting older. And it takes 10 more minutes to get dressed because of all of the layers. And there's just a lot more planning. And it's just, cloudy and cold and I don't want to do it some days. But I think today with some of that reframing, I've been able to turn my attention to the excitement about the goals that I have that I'm only going to be able to reach if I run on these days where I feel like I don't necessarily want to. And even the day-to-day gains, how much better my mood is and my patience and my focus and how much better I feel after. So I think that's been a win this week, is just being able to work through that and push myself out the door and just feel grateful, right? I'm almost 40 and I can still run and compete, and that's something to be thankful for. So.
Have you in the past, when you look at something where you don't know the result, the future result, have you not been as aggressive or intentional about continuing on that path? Because it sounds like you're really putting a focus right now on hey, I know it's tough right now, but I've got a thought or at least an image or a vision of the future.
What I'm working
is
towards.
Is this a new kind of thought for you, or is this something you have had for a while?
I mean, I think I keep both in mind. I think it's helpful for me to do a long-term goal to keep myself motivated. So my goal for 2026 is to run a really competitive time in a 50-mile race.
50 miles.
I know. But I think I just get so much satisfaction day to day in the running.
Yeah.
The stress relief from it that I don't even need. If that long-term goal, I think what you're asking, went away, I'd still be fine because I'm healthier and happier and more productive and a better version of myself in real time because I'm running.
Well, I'm going to continue to encourage you, and I think my progress was things that I'm proud of this week is I continue on this health journey that I started really on Thanksgiving, and I'm doing well on hydration, continuing to focus on hydration. Coffee is not part of my hydration plan, but it's good in the morning. Definitely continue to try to eat clean. I'm going to the gym every day. The one I really struggle with is the sleep, because I want to put so much into my day, and that's the place where I'm like, well, you only have 24 hours in a day. What are you gonna please? And I know, Meg, I know you've talked to me about prioritizing sleep, so and how you as a person can be better for yourself and show up for yourself and show up for other people. So I'm happy about that. But Meg, I also have a little surprise. This is a little time announcement, not a big time announcement. Okay. And so with the big time announcements, Meg.
Now we've got props.
This comes out. This is our microphone. Okay. Okay. this is our microphone, so we got to get this. And I'm not going to put on the black jacket that I usually do because this is a little time announcement. But Meg, we got to have this, okay? All right, okay, we'll take this. We'll do this. Okay, so a little time announcement. This is a little time, not a big time. Hey Meg, I just wanted to announce to you and to everyone else that I've really taken a lot of time to try to figure out kind of where we're going with all this stuff with Midwest anxiety. And I know, and you know, I got to talk into the microphone here, that we're doing mental health differently. And not everyone knows what that means. Not everyone knows what that looks like. I definitely do. I know you do. And we want to show the world, yes, the world, what doing mental health differently looks like. So what that means is that we're gonna have to continue to do our shows this year in 2026. So yes, Daily is coming back. The Faves is coming back. Remember running with Randy? Oh yeah, I hear Meg running. Running. Maybe it's gonna be running with Meg.
Yeah.
This show is definitely gonna be in 2026. So the little time announcement is that now that we got a new Hopper 3, all the shows are coming back, and yes, I will find time to still sleep. I will still find time for self-care. Why not? We'll figure it out. But to do mental health differently, we got to show the world what that looks like. And so it's coming back. So I'm excited about that. So look for lots of good stuff. Daily starting back next week. We got Saturday morning donuts. We're doing all that. So that's the little time announcement. Meg, to finish this out, really just quick, I love ending with us just giving everyone maybe just a little quick, just nugget to maybe take into the week. So what do you got for this week?
So I used this with a couple patients yesterday.
All right.
And I see a lot of patients who their main presentation is anxiety, and they get that physiological response of a rapid heart rate, and a lot of times that can make your anxiety worse and kind of freak you out or whatever. And so we've been talking about the reframe of, instead of that being a fear response, looking at it as like your younger self, or your internal clapping for you and cheering you on to do the hard thing. I
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That noise inside of us doesn't have to be negative necessarily, right?
It's yourself cheering you on to do the hard thing.
Oh my gosh. And there's the reframe again.
Yeah.
Meg's all about the reframe this week. We do a lot of reframing in cognitive behavioral therapy. Hey, I love that, Meg. And what I would say is this week, don't let anybody. You are the keeper. You are the keeper of your joy. Don't ever, 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 ever let someone, don't ever believe what someone tells you or something tells you that you're not enough. You get to decide. You get to decide yourself who you are. And I'm a really big believer in this because I know we all have noise from a lot of different places, a lot of different people about how we shoulda, coulda, woulda. And guess what? At the end of the day, you're the one that opens your eyes at the beginning of the day. You're the one that closes your eyes at the end of the day. You're the only one that's with you every second of your life. And I hope that you believe in yourself, and whatever everyone else is telling you, take that and go and look into it, but you get to decide who you are. So JBU, just be you. And Meg, I appreciate your time as always in doing this, and it's been a good week. Let's have another good week. We'll see you next week. Peace. The real life. On track, now we gon' way up. Don't be used as easy as a layup.